Hello and welcome to the next Lukozer retro game review video. And for this one we are back on the good old Commodore 64 because yeah, we've done one Amiga game and one is more than enough, so it's time to go back to a proper computer. I say proper computer, not a proper game though, because this is Vixen, which was released by Martech in 1988, and it was another one of those games where it sold purely because of the fucking front cover and the advertising, because tits, you know. And if you weren't familiar with the advertising back in the day, then well, this is how they did it. Yeah, there you go. So you got a good look at the old scrubber. Yeah, even back when this came out, I was 16 when this was released. So you know, I was, you know, a fucking teenager with rampaging hormones, and even I could see that it was such a fucking transparent attempt to, you know, shift the game, which was almost certainly going to be, you know, at best forgettable, and at worst a fucking monumental shit pile. And of course, yeah, no surprise, that's exactly how it turned out. Now you do get some sort of idea of the quality of the game that we are dealing with here, with a title page where it says graphics are by Mark Eason and Malcolm Smith, but there's a typo in the name Malcolm, so he's yeah, Mal Cockham Smith. So yeah, that one slipped by the quality control department of Martech there. Right, anyway, let's get a game underway. The game uses a joystick in port 1. That's always another thing. For a game as late as this, if it's a single player game, why do they use joystick port 1? That strikes me as being a bit of lazy programming. Anyway, here we go. So yep, you are at the top from the front cover, and essentially the object is to get from one end of the level to the other. If you keep whipping these things, you know, these like, objects that are scattered about the place, you'll pick up extra items, or I say like bonuses or power-ups or something. I keep fucking up that jump. So now I've got to wait for that to clear. Well, I've got the other side, but that kills all enemies, the like animal skull and crossbones there. A lot of the other items like that one I just picked up is just score. So there we go, got through the end of that stage. So she crawls into the cage there, and yeah, off we go again. Next stage. Now there is a time limit in each level, or each stage I should say, and the time limit is not very generous, so you've got to get a bit of a move on. Now those fox head things that I keep picking up, they increase like your fox energy or whatever they fucking decide to call it in the game, and once it's got all the way to the end of that bar, which I think it has, I was sure I made it across there. Oh, fuck off. Yeah, so anyway, once the fox energy there has made it all the way to the end, yeah, oh, fucking hell. Yeah, which it now has. That means when you get to the end of the level, you'll get the fox head bonus level, where your character changes into a fox, or Vixen I suppose, hence the title, and yeah, you enter a bonus section. So here we go. So got through there, and now we have the transformation, and here we go. Now here you don't have any weapons, but you press fire to pick up the objects that you encounter. I'll go over here and grab the grab that gem. So I'll have a gem bonus of 2 anyway. If I get to the end of the level, you only get the bonus. That one I just got is a power up for the whip. But yeah, so 2,000 for the gem bonuses there, because I had 2 gems. And now because I got that whip power up, the whip is stronger if I last long enough to actually use it. Because around this level now, a lot of the enemies take more than 1 hit. Or at least they do if you only have like the standard whip, but I don't. I have the super powered one. Oh. I mean, I have shown you as an extra life, just what I wanted. But I have shown you basically the whole fucking game. This is it. Fucking say the time limit was getting really low, but once you lose a life, the time limit then gets reset. So yeah, I get quite a bit of time bonus now, but only because I lost a life. And on to stage 4, and yeah, it does all look very familiar. Yeah, so that was just going to end badly, wasn't it? Oh. How the fuck are you supposed to get over there with all these randomly appearing fucking sprites? Yeah. Fuck off. There you go. Wasn't that fun? Right. Well, let's get another game underway, I suppose, and we'll start the review. Actually, we'll start the review then with the presentation here. It's very bland. I mean, okay, I guess the Vixen logo bouncing across the top there looks okay. You know, it's quite well drawn, but it's not very exciting. And then, yeah, I mean, the typo in the bloke's name now, Malcolm Smith, I mean, that's just one almighty fuck up. You know, yeah, that's quite, you know, that really doesn't help. Especially as next to it you see concepts by Intelligent Design. Yeah, spelling someone's name wrong is the yeah, the very mark of intelligent design, isn't it? Right, anyway, so let's get the game started again. So we'll start now with graphics. The main sprite, I guess, is fairly well drawn. It does have a high-res overlay, well, it certainly looks like it does. So yeah, it don't look too bad. The animation on it is a bit fucking, yeah, unimpressive, shall we say. Oh, fuck off. So yeah, the background graphics are very sparse and very bland, and so indeed are all of the sprites of all the enemy creatures that come along. They're all monochromatic. They all look like they've been lifted out of a fucking spectrum. I mean, it does say how badly done the graphics are when I tell you that the Amstrad version looks far better. or at least it does until it moves. Once it starts scrolling or attempting to scroll, the game just goes completely to bollocks. So yeah, visually it's no great shakes. It does have some good animation, which hopefully I'll get to show you in just a second. Fucking hell. Oh, I thought I fucked that right up, but okay. Did I make it? Yeah. There we go. The animation of her crawling into the cave there is really badly done. She's sort of like moves around like a fucking chimpanzee or something. But anyway, yeah, this is where the animation I think is good on the fox. It is quite impressive. It's the only time in the entire game that you know, there are any visuals that I can actually say yes, that's impressive. It's well done. As for yeah, the rest of the graphics, actually I've pretty much covered them all. Of the background graphics are very dull. Don't know why the timer never started going down. So yeah, I got a full time bonus there. Oh. On to level 3 with the super whip, which for the bulk of the level doesn't seem to actually do anything. Of course, as soon as you lose your first life here, you lose the super whip, and so yeah, your power is gone. Anyway, so I've covered graphics. They are, you know, a real mixed bag. Audio, sound effects are extremely sparse. It's basically the whip sound, the sound when you collect you know, items, and yeah, that weird sound effects when you lose a life, which almost sounds like she's laughing. I mean, maybe she is laughing. It's, you know, the relief that okay, I've lost a life. I'm getting closer to this fucking game ending. The music is, I mean, it's not shit, but it's not very interesting. As now we're getting to, yeah, the really cuntish levels where everything has to be hit like about 3 times before yeah, you actually get rid of it. So yeah, this is where things get stupidly hard. And, yeah, I don't fuck up on that anyway. I think this is my last life. Just got an extra life there. It is quite generous with the old extra lives. So, oh, what the fuck was that? So on to gameplay, and it is really, really generic. Trouble is, it says cunt fuck off instead of fuck off cunt. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, gameplay is staggeringly generic, extremely repetitive. Once you've done say 2 levels, so that then you've had the chance to also do the Fox bonus, you have seen absolutely everything that this game has to offer, which is not a vast amount. You know, it's unbelievably repetitive. It's dreary in the fucking extreme. I mean, I suppose the one positive that I can say about the gameplay is that it's not as utter shit as the advertising and the game cover would have you, you know, expect it to be. Because, you know, I say, that kind of advertising, it always meant that the game you were going to play was utter fucking bollocks. So they would use, you know, tits to sell shitty games, you know. And of course, a lot of the time it worked. I mean, look at how many people bought fucking Game Over. I mean, what a fucking shit pile that was. And then like Athena, you know. The only time that there was, you know, the tits advertising actually resulted in a good game was Barbarian, the Palace game. But yeah, every other time it was always just an absolute fucking shit pile. And you know, the really ridiculous thing is that although this is you know, it's not utter shite, it is just instantly forgettable. It's really dreary and boring, and you know, not a lot happens in it, and you know, but it still makes it one of the better games out there that used, maybe fuck that up, but it does make it one of the better games out there that used the look at the tits on her advertising. But that says more about, you know, the majority of games that use that advertising than it does about this. Because, I mean, you know, be in no doubt, I'm sure you're watching this thinking, fucking hell, this looks unbelievably tedious. And, yeah, it is. It is everything you are seeing. You know, I'm not deliberately showing it in a bad light or whatever. This is all there is. This is the whole fucking thing. I forgot actually that gave me an extra life. I was going to just leave it. I fucking should have done. The other thing that does start to irritate is the fact that the vast majority of the like enemy monsters are quite small, and you have to keep crouching down all the time to actually, you know, shoot the fucking things. Or whip the fucking things or whatever. So what we have is a game that is, you know, visually shit actually for the vast majority of the time, but there are a couple of okay moments. Audio which is pretty bland and forgettable. You know, a lot of the time when you get a huge number of lives in a game, it's a symbol that the game is going to be stupidly hard. But with this, yeah, I mean, you start the game with 9 lives. And you get a generous number of extra lives all floating around everywhere. Because, I mean, how many lives have I lost? I've still got 7 lives left. What was that? So, you know, but even though you get these huge number of lives, it doesn't have the difficulty to justify it. So let's try this next. I'm not going to have time to go back up there. I should have taken that route. Another gem and then drop down there. That means the bonus is instantly ended. So yeah, so you have yeah, virtually no gameplay variation. Yeah, a huge number of lives, so the game does go on for a fair while, but in a rather artificial sense. It goes on for ages purely because you've got a stupid number of lives, and you know, yeah. It doesn't have the difficulty to justify giving you, you know, 10 or 9 fucking lives to begin with, and then the sheer volume of extra lives that are scattered around. I mean, I only got to, what was it, 4 levels, and I must have picked up about 4 extra lives. So yeah, it's easy, it's fucking boring, it's too simple. I do like simple games if the gameplay is good to start off with. This is simple and it doesn't have decent gameplay, so you know, it means that once you've had 2 goes of it and have therefore seen everything the game has to offer, you would never want to go near it again. I mean, it's not out and out shit like, you know, like so many games I review, but it's utterly forgettable. Well, I was going to say there's no reason to play this game more than a couple of times. There's really no reason to play this game at all. It's staggeringly bland. It doesn't really have a lot going for it. So I will score it 2 out of 10 because it has a couple of pieces of half decent animation. Well, it has 1 decent bit of animation, and the high-res overlay on the main sprite is quite well done. The rest of the graphics though are fucking shite. Old Mal Cockham there, yeah, he didn't put a lot of effort into doing any visuals other than the main character. So there we go, Vixen for Commodore 64, 2 out of 10, utterly forgettable. Really, don't waste your time with it. That brings this review to an end, and we'll see you on the next one.